Hi everyone, today let's do the first ever special effects breakdown of the channel. I chose the one we did for Firestarter 2012 with cars in the desert being chased by a fighting jet. We basically wanted a plane in that scene in which Kaz hangs out of a black SUV. Kaz is an ex-marine and as a veteran he still has some skills in his backpack. Do not reproduce this at home, it's performed by professionals within a very secure environment. You can see any safety gear, but trust me, that's an illusion. It is not safe for you to do this, but I'm licensed in guerrilla filming by Digitwix. Just follow along, ignore the rest, nothing to see here, it's perfectly fine. So, this is the original shot without any effects.
Here with the madness, homicide mixed with the classic. Got God on the throne like your damn son, that's sick. Boston, George, game about to blow. We the virus, if you just coughing, that's cold. Below zero, yo, the eyes glow. You ain't balling, you like shackle free throws. Lyrics to go, we midnight marauders. Target the garbage, burn down your nonsense. Take over the takeover, like Wall Street in Congress.
And we will add an F-15 fighter jet for the drama. We'll also add a lot of dust, a moon, some particles. There's no UFO UAP, it's more like action movie, Mission Not Very Possible 2012, but inside a music video. A good time to remind you to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. I use Adobe After Effects CC2015 even if the project was done in the CS5. But with the CS5, forget about fancy tracking systems. It's old-fashioned. We technically cannot track the ground, so instead we start by tracking two things, the door of the car and the mountains. From the door tracking data, we will extract a null object that we will use later to hide the window of the car, which is meant to be closed. The window had to stay open so cars could use it if necessary, and it allows the activation of the recording. Note that the camera here is an old Canon 7D Mark I. It's dead now, the shutter and the internal chip died for some reason. But trust me, it did a pretty good job until passing out in 2017. The camera is held by a very large suction cup made to stick on a submarine. I remember using a wireless monitor to check the recording, but yeah, this is the type of shots I could do every single day. It's where my passion for extreme sports meets videography. Anyway, the tracking data of the mountain will be used to attach the moon, cause Wolf cut, director, Wolf, moon. Now we have the original shot with two tracked null objects, and let's add the plane. Initially, I thought of adding the 3D model in Cinema 4D, then integrate the render in After Effects, which could have worked, though the plugin Element 3D from Video Copilot was working great with the camera set by the first tracking. So we just added the plane directly in Element 3D. The reference point for this shot is the car, as we don't have a ground reference. We can use the car as a reference, as the camera is literally attached to the car. I remember using the tracking of the car, so that when the plane is linked to it, the shake of the plane corresponds to the shake of the car. Then we placed the plane in the 3D space behind the car. Obviously, it's a bit of approximation, but it does the trick. I tried to mimic what I think a fighter jet will do. The movement of the plane is a simple descent with stabilization. It's a simple curve in the graph editor. To make it more realistic, we also add some turbulence at the back of the engines. It's literally called Turbulence, and we add two instances just to make it more complex and randomized. Now, let's make sure Kaz and the car are in front of the plane. We do this in two parts. First, the top of Kaz's body with the arms and the SUV. We use the blue sky as a chroma key and we create an alpha mask. It's not a perfect science, but as long as it looks good in the end, that's what matters. Let's not forget to bring the legs back and the parts of the car that disappeared during the King of the Sky. Once the alpha mask is pre-composed, we place a copy of the original footage on top of the plane. But we use the alpha mask to define the parts to hide. Now we have the plane sandwiched between the original shot and the masked one. To add some drama and realism to the shot, we add some dust, then more dust, and again more dust, a layer of color grading on top of everything, a moon for the ambience, and again some subtle particles. And here it is. See you in the next one. Peace.